Hey, hey, good lookin', what you got cooking? Hey, hey, good lookin', what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill, and I know a place right over the hill. The soda pop and the dancing's free, so if you want to have some fun, come along with me. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? I'm free and ready, so we can go steady. How's about saving all your time for me? No more looking, I know I've been tooken. How's about keeping steady company? I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence, find me one for 5 or 10 cents. I'll keep it till it's covered with age, 'cause I'm writing down your name on every page. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up? So I said, how's about cooking something up? Yeah, how's about cooking something up with me? Hey, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Guitar pickers, how are you doing today? I'm Gene, and again I say thank you so much for being here for another one of my guitar lessons. Couldn't do it without you. We had a request for an old country song. So okay, gonna do Hey Good Lookin', Hank Williams Sr. song. So let's get started. Oh, by the way, I did a performance video of this. It's on the website, and I played it slower than it is normally played, so it's a little easier to follow along with it and hear the words and jam along with it if you want to. So I know I played it slower on purpose. And this song is in the key of C, but you can really do it in any key that you want to, whichever one suits your voice. You just got to know how to transpose from the key of C that we're in to the key that you want to go to. There's going to be a lesson in that coming on the website. So, okay, so this song is in the key of C, and the chords are C. There's also later on in this song a C7. There's a D or a D7. You choose whichever one you like. I like playing just a straight D, and I don't care for the D7 in this song. Sometimes other ones I do. It's totally up to you. When the D comes in this song and you're practicing at home, try a D and then try a D7 and see which one you like, the way it sounds best, and then that's the one you play. Don't play a D just because I do. You might like the D7 better. Well, that's great. There's also a G or a G7 in this song. Same thing applies here. I use the G once in a while. I check in the G7. It all depends how I feel at the time when I see the G pop up or I know the G's coming. I'll play one or the other. You do the same. Pick the one that you like best, that sounds best to you. G or G7. There's also an F in this song. Now, the full barred F right here is what sounds best, because you get these bass notes in there when you're doing the whole chord. But if you have trouble playing a full F and you play this little partialized F, you know, well, okay, fine. We want to have fun. And so, if you want to do Hey Good Lookin with a little F, you know, well, okay, great. Just have fun. But work to improve yourself, that in the future you can get the real thing. You'll be glad you did. It takes practice and patience. It sounds so much better. Okay, so there are the chords. Now, the song's in 4/4 time, and the rhythm that I'm doing here is a bass note and a strum, and a bass note and a strum. Counting 1 on the bass note, 2 on the strum, 3 in the bass note, and 4 on the strum. So each bass note is getting the number 1 and 3, and the strums are getting the 2 and the 4. However, you can also play a bass note and besides a downstroke and a bass note and a downstroke, you can play bass note down up, bass note down up. So the whole way through as well. So this is kind of up to you also. It's a little easier simply doing the bass note and downstroke, bass note, downstroke. It's a little bit easier, but it's still not that difficult going bass note down, up, bass note down, up. And either one of them is a lot of fun. That too, when you're playing this song, you choose which one of those 2 strum patterns do you like best. You know, you can, even if you want to, mix them. One of the chords just do downstrokes, the next one maybe you chuck in an upstroke here or there. Totally up to you. So you pick, you choose, have fun. Now, the song starts off with him saying, "Hey," and then we come into our, because that first little measure with "hey" is kind of like a pickup, it's getting us started into the song. And we come into then our first true measure with the C chord, where we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so we're counting to 4 in every measure, and that's a downstroke, 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 downstroke. And Hank on the C chord, and we want to do this with every one of these chords. When you make the chord, and that first note, that first beat, the 1, always play the root note or bass note of the chord, of whatever the chord you're playing. So if you're playing a C, you want the C bass note, 5th string, 3rd fret. If you're playing a G or G7, you want the 6th string, 3rd fret, the G. Even the G7, same thing. If you're playing a D or a D7, both those, the bass note is 4th string open, the D note. When you do the C7 also, it's still the 5th string, 3rd fret, the C. And the F, if you're doing the full bar, it's the 6th string, 1st fret. And if you're doing the partialized, the small F, it's the 4th string, 3rd fret that you're trying to hit that bass note on. Alright, so when Hank does the first C, he plays alternating bass notes on his C. He goes from the 6th string 3rd fret, the 5th string 3rd fret, to moving it over to the 6th string 3rd fret on that G note. You can hear that. that real country sound doing that. You don't have to do that if you don't want. If you like, it's up to you again. I'll tell you another rhythm that we can do with this at the end when I'm finished explaining all this, but for now I'll stick with this. So remember, each measure we're counting to 4. It's going to be a bass note, a downstroke, and a bass note, a downstroke, and that's what's your 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. And this C, when you come to it, it's 4 measures of that C. So in other words, you're going to hold that C for 4 measures, or counting to 4 for 4 times. Then we come to the next measure, which is a D. It's 1 measure of D. I'm going to sing up to this part, so it's where we go, hey, hey, good lookin', what you got cookin'? To the D, how's about cookin'? See, it was real quick, that D. And you can always stay on that D bass note. D, strum the chord, and the D bass note again. Or you can alternate that too, to the A here, which is, you do your 4th string open, and then go to, if you like, the 3rd string 2nd fret. Or you can go to the A, that you do the D, the 4th string open, and go to the A instead of the 3rd string 2nd fret, go to the 5th string open. So that gives it a kind of a country sound too. Again, this is up to you. You play around with it. The D. How do you want to do it? Maybe you want to just stay on a D note. Great. Just a little variety. Something to spice it up a little bit. You choose. Okay, next measure is a G. It's 1 time. Counting to 4. Something up with. Done that quick. You can also alternate there. You can start with the 6th string 3rd fret, and the 2nd bass note you can go to the 5th string 2nd fret, the B note, if you want to. Even if you're doing the G7, same thing, those 2 bass notes. Next measure is a C, and we're going to hold it, so we're going to do the 4 count, but then we're going to actually do the C for a 6 count, because when we go into the following measure, the C is sharing that measure with the G. So there, that C will get 1 beat, 1 bass note and a strum, and the G or G7 will get the next bass note and strum. And so here's where it goes. Me. See, that was that measure. Now here's the part where it splits. To the C, 1, 2, and a G or G7, 3, 4. There's no singing there. We go into the next verse, or next measure, and it's the C again. And we're going to do 4 measures of the C again. So you're going to hold this C like you did in the beginning, extra long. You're going to play it 4 measures, each of counting to 4. Right? So you're going to count to 4 times with the C, 4 measures. This part we're going, hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe? Okay, next measure is a D. Only, well, count to 4. It's only 1 measure of D. We could find us, that time I did that low A bass note. Did you hear that? That really gives it that country sound. Next measure is a G or G7. Brand new recipe. It's just 1 measure of G. And now, I'm back to C. 1 measure of C, and he's singing from the last measure. He said, a brand new recipe here with the C. C, recipe. And the next measure is a C7, and we're going, I got a we're getting ready to go into the F now. So the first C7 is no vocals. 1, 2. But when we go to 3 and 4, we're saying I gotta, and then the F, one measure. Hot rod Ford and a. So here too, I play the 6th string 1st fret, the F bass note, twice. But you can alternate there too if you want, and you play the 6th string 1st fret F, and then the next alternating bass note you can go to the 5th string 3rd fret, the C note that's in the F chord. Sounds nice. I got a hot rod Ford and a. That's again up to you. So it was one measure of F. Next measure is one measure of C. $2 bill and another measure of F. And I know a spot right. One measure of F. Now one of C. Over the hill. Next is one measure of F again. There's soda pop and next measure is one of C again. Dancin 3. So if you next measure is D or D7. One measure. If you wanna have some fun, comma, and then a G or G7. One measure. Along with me. Next measure is C, and we're holding it like way back in the beginning again for 4 measures this C. So you're going to play a C counting to 4 times. Hey, good lookin, what you got cooking? Next measure is D or D7. How's about cooking? Next is a G or G7. Something up with, and our last measure or 2 measures is C. Me. Which is going to take us into back to the very beginning to sing the next verse, the part about I'm free and I'm ready, so we can go steady. And you run that all the way through to where we just finished in this last C, and we come to our ending. And so the ending is going to be, we can here have fun with this too. We can have some variety if you want to. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. Just going to end it sweet and simple, just in the C, nothing fancy. So I'll take it from the D7. How's about cooking something up with me? See, nothing, just was like me. Or we can do a C, an F, and then a C. So from the D7 again. How's about cooking something up with me? So you can see it's C, F, C, and that C is, one bass note and one downstroke, and the F is a bass note and one downstroke, because we're sharing the measure, and you're counting 1, 2 on the C, and 3, 4 on the F, and you go back to C, me, or you can go me. But what I like to do is when I get to the D and the G7 and go into the C, I like to go back and forth from the D7 to the G to the D7 to the G, repeating that line that goes, how's about cooking, there's a D. How's about cooking G, something up, back to the D. How's about cooking G, something up, one more time, D. How's about cooking G, something up with me? I think that's fun doing that, How's about cooking something up, baby? How's about cooking something up? Oh, please cook, let's cook something up with me. There too. Go back and forth from the F to the C. So you see what I mean? You mix it up. It's versatile. You can play with this song. Make it your own. Have fun with it. So let's back out. Okay, besides strumming it the way I just mentioned, you can also just sweet and simple, just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the whole way through if you want to. It's not as fancy, but it's still fun, and you're still jamming on this song, so cool, you know. Here, an example. Hey, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? Down, up, down, up, down. How's about cooking? You see what I'm saying? It's just down, up, kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you can even accent a little bit if you wanted to. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But you don't have to accent if you don't want to. Just down and down and down. Alright, I hope you like this song. I hope you can be creative with it, because it lets you do that with it. And have a great time. Thank you again. I appreciate very much. And I hope to see you a lot more. Bye.